The following video contains a run and gun build with the new OUROBOROS SMG. It's so spectacular, we don't even need to use skills. Viewer discretion is advised.
G'day champions, have you been searching for a fast-paced OUROBOROS build for heroic content? Run and gun your little hearts out, mowing down anything that crosses your path.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
No skills required. Then hang around and check out the OUROBOROS Fury.
I'm OUROBOROS.
Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
But he calls me OB.
Holy shit!
Watch your profanity.
I call him OB. That's like a nickname I have. Yeah.
Hello,
Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Today we've strapped on that shiny brand new gun, the OUROBOROS, and taken it for a run. I've been playing around with a few different combos over the last couple of weeks, and as you all saw from that gameplay, this setup is a beast. It's so good that I can run and gun my way through heroic content, no skills required. We can face tank heroic activities and missions without being restricted to bot walking around behind a shield. I see it far too often, players and content creators claiming that they have an amazing build, but then you see the gameplay and they're bot walking around behind a shield and literally can't even kill a red NPC without it in their hand. That's why I went next level as always, and I disabled both of my skills. So now you know that the build does exactly what it does. With this setup, you'll be able to clear heroic content with ease and have a lot of bloody fun doing so. Righto, so welcome back to all you amazing subscribers, and if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, you know what to do. Pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. If you can, please engage with this video. A like, a share, a comment, it all helps with the magic and the wizardry of the YouTube algorithm. Doing all this stuff is going to help the channel and our amazing community grow. And if you want to catch me live in action when streaming, swing by and drop a follow on Twitch. The link's in the description. Righto then, with all that said and done, let's check out the Ouroboros Fury build. 4 reds, 3 blues, 1 skill tier, and we're sitting at 1.3 million armor. I really do like the balance and the ratio of core stats on this build for me. If you went more reds on the build, yes, you're going to increase your weapon damage, but that would also reduce your survivability. And if you went the other way and put more blues on it, you're going to be reducing your damage, which might take longer to kill some types of NPCs. It is player preference on which way you want to go, have a fiddle around with it, but this fits me. We're going to be using 4 pieces of the Hunter's Fury gear set, 1 Sokolov, and the Memento backpack. It's nothing new or overly difficult to farm for if you still don't have these gear pieces. What you will note on the build is that we've completely disabled our skills on this one, and we can still dominate the PvE content we want to play. For our specialization, we're going to be using Gunner. We get 10% armor on kill, which works great with the Hunter's Fury and with the Memento backpack. Because this armor on kill is percentage based, yes, the more armor you have, the more armor on kill you get. Every 3rd reload is 50% faster. This is great because the gun that we're going to be using has such a fast rate of fire and reload speed already. This in turn is also going to increase our DPS. We can also regenerate ammo every 60 seconds, which is a nice little touch, meaning that we don't get slowed down by restocking, keeping our farming time more effective. And our rate of fire is increased by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. Each kill does refresh this, but unfortunately it doesn't stack. Also, a pro tip, champions, make sure that you've spec'd into the correct weapon type damage to get the most out of your specialization and build. For our primary weapon, we're going to be using the new shiny incursion exclusive, the Ouroboros.
What goes around inevitably comes around.
That's right, this is an incursion exclusive. At this time, that's the only way of getting it. It's got a 1% drop chance from the incursion bosses and a 10% chance from the final loot crate, which you can access once per week per character. If you still don't have this gun or you haven't been able to complete an incursion yet, jump into our Discord. We're still taking players through on Xbox and PlayStation on a regular basis. The gun itself is pretty awesome. It's got some crazy RPM, 1485, and it's also got a 50 round mag. The rolls on mine have been maxed out and I've expertised it to make it even more powerful. Now the talent on this doesn't actually provide any further damage, it's more of a crowd control based talent. Rule them all. When the agent has a status effect applied to them, 50% of the ammo in their next magazine will apply the same status effect to their targets. This will only occur during combat. Basically, if you get foamed, you're going to reload your gun and you're going to get foam bullets. You get bleed, burn, yada yada yada. Now, this one being an exotic that is locked behind the incursion, I know not everyone's going to have it. And that's fine, this build can support plenty of other weapons. The Lady Death, the Chatterbox, a normal Vector, they all work great on this setup. Or you can step away from SMGs completely and use something like a shotgun. The Scorpio, or basically any shotgun with the talent pummel on it, will deal a crazy amount of damage. Your secondary weapon and your pistol on this build can be whatever you prefer. I've got a KSG shotgun with the talent pummel, and I've got a TDI card with finisher. But honestly, I rarely do swap from the Ouroboros. Righto, for the first gear piece on the build, we're going to be checking out our Hunter's Fury mask. We've got 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury, so that's going to give us 15% shotgun and SMG damage, 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. With Gunner, that's going to give us 30% armor on kill in total. And the gear set's 4-piece is called Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates others within 5 meters and amplifies your weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, and this can stack up to 5 times. So in total, Hunter's Fury is going to be giving us 45% amplified damage. On this one, we've got max weapon damage, max crit hit damage, and a max crit hit damage mod. For our chest piece, we've gone with 1 piece of Sokolov, giving us 10% SMG damage. This one actually dropped for me just the other day with max rolls on it. Max weapon damage, crit hit chance, and we've gone with a crit hit damage mod. Unfortunately, the talent that was on it was trash, so we've gone with Obliterate. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, and this can stack up to 25 times. This is a further 25% amplified damage. So this means we're going to be getting a massive 70% amplified damage just from our chest and Hunter's Fury. That's an insane amount of damage that you really do notice when running and gunning. Now, if you didn't have a Sokolov one, you could go with something like Grupo for even more crit hit damage. For the holster, we've got our second piece of Hunter's Fury. We've got max armor and max crit hit damage. The knee pads are going to be the third piece of Hunter's Fury, where we've got max armor and max crit hit damage here too. And the gloves are the fourth Hunter's Fury piece, and we've got max weapon damage and crit hit damage here. Now for the last item on the build, it's our Memento backpack. Hands down, one of the best exotics in the game.
I took from those who watched, hunted, and collected, until only their shadows remained. Now my watch is ended, so yours may begin.
The Memento backpack gives us one of each core attribute, so we get weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier, and we've gone with a crit hit chance mod. The talent here is called Kill Confirmed. Enemies you kill drop trophies, collect the trophies to get both short-term and long-term buffs. The Memento short-term buffs do scale with our core attributes. So each trophy we pick up will give us a 20% weapon damage buff, 30% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. This is where playing around with your core attributes can really make a difference between more damage and more survivability. Once we're at max stacks, our long-term buffs are going to be a 30% weapon damage increase, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. Now, you all know how much I love the Memento backpack, and it's what I prefer on this type of build. But you could also step away from the exotic backpack and use a backpack talent like Bloodsucker for bonus armor as well. On this style of close range run and gun build without using skills, you do want something that's going to provide you with bonus armor. Righto, for our skills, well, we don't have any. Yes, you can certainly equip skills, you'd be silly not to. I know I go on about people bot walking around behind shields, but it's okay to do from time to time. The skills to use on these sorts of builds should complement the build, not be its crutch. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. You can definitely use a shield, a sticky bomb, a banshee pulse, a defender drone, an assault drone. They're all very good and viable options. Play around with all the skills and pick what you prefer. Righto then, champions, it's fine print time. Let's check out our stat sheet. We're sitting at 53% crit hit chance and 139% crit hit damage. We also get that 45% amplified damage from Hunter's Fury and 25% from Obliterate. Our all weapon damage is 88% and we've got 55% SMG damage. Expertise our weapon further or rolling on more core reds is going to increase this. For the armor stuff, we're sitting at 1.3 million armor and we're pretty close to that 400k armor on kill. Remember, each Memento trophy that we do pick up gives us 30% bonus armor, which is 400k. And at max trophy stacks, we're also going to be getting that 3% regen. I mean, the stat sheet doesn't lie. We've got huge damage and huge survivability. So that's the build, champions, the Ouroboros Fury. An insanely powerful run and gun build to smash through heroic content with ease, no skills required, and it's a lot of bloody fun. So what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and have a crack at the Ouroboros Fury build? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. And that's going to wrap it up for this one, champions. Like always, make sure that you show your content creators your love and your support. Smash that like, comment, and if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.